Welcome to New Holstein High School for this big EWC matchup between Roncalli and your New Holstein Huskies. It's a big matchup tonight for the Huskies. Their biggest test so far of the season. We're looking for a good one here. We'll be back after warm-ups with the scoop. All right, everyone, welcome to the Doghouse here in New Holstein. Big EWC matchup tonight between the Roncalli Jets and your New Holstein Huskies. I am Kelvin Leverance with you as always, and tonight it's a Tuesday, so I got Dane Jacobson joining me. He's just coming in now. He was reffing the JV game earlier today, but let's get into this one now. Roncalli's coming in with a 12-3 record, top of the EWC. They're coming off a loss to D1 Appleton West. Not the greatest D1 team, but D1 nonetheless. They lost by a score of 65-61. Luke Pouts went for 20 points and an amazing 19 boards in that one. Tyler Bonin also contributed 24 points. He paced the game with 3 rebounds and 5 threes. He gets in there sneakily behind the arc. But last week, Roncalli played brilliant and won by a big score of 78-56. Pouts had 22 and contributed another 15 rebounds. They did hold Jeremy Lorenz, one of the best players in the conference, under a double-double average, where he averages. And they guarded Brilliant very well outside the three-point line, basically got nothing. That may or may not be a big factor tonight, just because the Huskies don't need to shoot to play well, and they haven't been lately. We're going to step aside quickly for the national anthem.
So I'll just jump over halftime again.
All right, sounds good.
Works for me.
Shout out to Quentin Pierquette there. He's looking good with his hat off.
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
his hair all slicked
The
back.
flow.
Yeah. Ooh,
That was a little bad.
just a little hot. That's what you get for not being here early.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure where you are, where we got to put you. All right.
Sounds a little better.
Yeah, and thanks Katie Belair again for that national anthem. Always does a nice job. Let's get going with starters right away before we get into some more of the scoop. First for Roncalli, number 4, Braden Yonda. Number 5, potential player of the year in the EWC, Luke Pouts. Number 12, Tyler Bonin. Number 24, Joseph Witzak. Number 35, Trevor Fiecco, and coached by one of the best coaches around, Joe Garceau. Now for your New Holstein Huskies. Normal lineup, once again, number 10, Sam Cady.
Katie actually rolled his ankle in warm-ups. We have number 3, Jaden Braun, starting instead.
Well,
I just walked over there, and he was getting treated by Angie.
Good thing you saw it, because when I was over there at 10 minutes, that's still what it was. So that's unfortunate. What was the scoop on that? Did you talk to Angie at all?
Looked like she was just feeling up his ankle. I asked Mr. Her if he just rolled it. He said yes. So it looks like maybe just a little roll. We could see a lot less minutes for him, a lot more minutes for Mr. Braun.
All right, well, let's see what happens. So down the order there, then Braun, Trevor Ehrig, Henry Schnell, Cameron Olson, and Sam Casper. Usual nonetheless. And then, of course, coached by Jason Hirth. Last time we saw the Husky boys was Thursday when they played Kiel. That was a tough loss there, 67-62. They were down by 16 at one point in the second half. They ended up coming back and actually having a lead in the final minutes, but a couple turnovers there at the end ended up giving the loss to the Huskies. But a great opportunity for them once again tonight to face another big powerhouse here in the EWC. Roncalli takes it out.
I feel like Cameron should have a big defensive night tonight. He's going to guard Pouts, I assume, the whole game. Him and Cooper will probably switch on and off So we'll see what Cameron. Last game, they held Pouch to only 10 points of his previous 34 and 32 of the first 2 games. So we'll see.
Key players, obviously, for Roncalli, one of the best duos around, Luke Pouts and Tyler Bonin. They've got their best guard in them, Trevor Rehrig and then Cameron Olson. I think the key for the game for the Huskies, got to keep Luke Pouts off the offensive boards, no second chance opportunities. Huskies have done a great job outboarding almost everyone that they play. They got to do it tonight, and that's going to give them their best chance to be in this one at the end. So Witzak taking his time, guarded by Henry Schnell, close to a 5-second count. And still on it. He's looking for what he's got. Now he's going to dump it off to Trevor Fiecco. Sam Casper came on the help defense, but left Fiecco wide open. Now Braun's going to have his starting duties. Only the second time this season he started. Cameron Olson double teamed back out to Henry Schnell. I think Henry Schnell's got to have a big game tonight. We haven't seen him have some big games as of late. He's got to find a groove early and keep it going.
Nope, but if I remember correctly, he had 14, I think, against them last time. So we'll see. A lot of them came from the 3, as there's Casper with a nice 2 to start off the game.
Sorry, I put the board in front of you. I wasn't sure if you're going to see it, but I know you're on it. So Pout's not going to shoot a lot, but he can shoot. He's going to work a lot down below, but Huskies got 2 great defenders, Cameron Olson and Sam Casper down there, as that's a 3 for Witzak out of the gate. Now pushing up ahead for the Huskies, Cameron Olson's swing pass, Henry Schnell. Gets stuck on the baseline, kicks it up to Cameron Olson, top of the key. 5-2 here in the early going, and it's going to be a foul by Witzak up top on Cameron Olson.
A little side tidbit, the JV2 won tonight, which means they so far are still undefeated in conference for JV2. They play Chilton on Friday. I am officiating that game, and that will be for conference championship, if I remember correctly, for JV2.
And Mr. Mr. Hookrein already got rid of the purple hair. He had to shave that off. It was a good look for him last week. As Braun's swing pass over to Henry Schnell. That's a moonshot, and it goes in for Henry Schnell. And he gives a quick nod to the crowd as he walks by.
Just like you said, Cal, right there, he's got to get on fire, and they actually did a really good job on that screen to pick him for a flare.
Witzak straight on. That one's off the mark. Pouts there for the offensive rebound. Can't let him have that. No second chance opportunities can be allowed. He averages well over a double-double. Pouts averages 20 points and 13 rebounds. He had 19 rebounds his last game. Got to hold him below his average tonight if the Huskies got to have any chance in this. I expected a bigger crowd tonight, too, honestly. I'm a little disappointed here in the doghouse. This is a huge game for the Huskies. Would have loved to see more people as it's Pouts in the corner. Cameron Olson a little bit off his feet. Pouts pulls up. It's short in the hands of Cameron Olson. Screen up top for Braun. Henry Schnell finds himself in the corner. Guarded by Yonda. Double team on Cameron Olson, and he's going to go around Fiecco. Puts it up a little strong. Off the hand of Luke Pouts on the rebound. Huskies will retain the possession.
And then Cameron's just going to be big. Him and Casper tonight down low. They're going to have to try and score a lot more inside so they can open up those shooters like Schnell, Rehrig, Braun.
Huskies and Roncalli have a similar game. Not exactly going to kill you from the three-point line like we see some teams like Valders, Two Rivers, like Kiel. Once they get in their groove, they can kill you from out there. 2 teams here that are going to work the ball inside and rely on that. And then Huskies been outboarding almost everyone. That's where they work their best. Henry Schnell in the corner, pulls it quick. Just a little off the mark. Trevor Rehrig there for the rebound. He goes up over Fiecco. Foul on the floor as Sam Casper goes up for the rebound. Comes away with a foul against him. And that is on Pouts, it's first. 2 team fouls for Roncalli here in the early going.
This is for Henry right in the corner.
Off the flare, Yonda was there quickly. Saw it coming. Trevor Egg now gets it poked away from him. Ball's on the floor. Trevor Egg fighting for it. Fiecco comes away with it. Pouts up ahead to Bonin. And Braun's going to follow him and as he goes up.
I actually got the coach against Roncalli's coach this year for 7th grade. I had to fill in.
Really? He coaches for 7th grade?
He did. He filled in for their 7th
okay.
grade coaches. He was gone. So that was a tough game. I think we won by 9. It was a good game.
Yeah, he's a bit of a strategic mastermind, as they say. And a little shout out early on this year, probably a few weeks ago, he got his 100th win against Two Rivers.
Yeah,
so
I did see
a
that
little
on the EWC
congratulations
page.
to them. Roncalli, one of those teams that you almost sometimes don't even want to call them a team. They're kind of like a college program.
Yeah.
They just start from the young age, play so much in the summer. They lose a lot of seniors, but it seems like it's kind of always the next man up mentality throughout the years.
Yeah, and it seems like their younger grades know exactly what he wants, so they implement that real young and then just keep going all the way up to high school.
Only been coaching for about the same amount of time as Jason Hurth and already 100 wins. That's very impressive.
He's got a very good program. A few state championships too, so that's when you know you're good.
Definitely have another chance this year as Stango comes off the flare screen recently into the game. Fiecco kicks it back out to him, and now it's in the hands of Yonda. A couple swing passes, finds Bonin in the corner. Bonin, one of those more underrated guys in the conference. You don't talk about him a lot, but still a guy that averages over 10 at 13.5.
Yeah, actually the first game, I know the Huskies were more focused on Pouts because he came off those 34 and 35 points, and Bonin actually was the leading scorer of that game and had a lot of threes.
And there's another second chance opportunity here on this possession for Roncalli. Roncalli does it so well, just sealing down low with their box outs.
Roncalli, as we know, has really good free throw line screens, and that really is a pain, especially as the game goes on. You get tired real quick against them.
And Bonin there gets in the way of Braun as he tries to make a move, just disturbs the lane. Turnover early there for Roncalli. New Holstein. So it's a 3-point game, 7 minutes into it here. Henry Schnell is going to work it back up top. So Sam Casper falls to the ground. They get a travel. Fans behind us not loving it. Adam Schultz checking into the game for Jaden Braun after his turnover there early on the possession. So Pouts is going to bring it up for Roncalli. And finds Bonin. Pouts tried to cut. Bonin wasn't looking for it. You got one of the better defenders in the whole conference, Trevor Airy, guarding Bonin tonight. And Pouts finds him on the top of the key, now kicks it over to Stengel. And it's Yonda back to the top of the key. Restart here, Pouts working down low, tries to get it to Fiecco, but off the hands of Casper, now into Stengel, Yonda, and now Bonin.
Their ball movement, I think, is just amazing. They wait till they get almost a wide open three or a layup.
Just very methodical, and they're just gonna wear you out on the defensive end. Luckily for the Huskies, one of the better defensive teams in the conference, as few guys there to rebound for New Holstein, but nobody comes away with it except for Yonda, the lone man from Roncalli down low.
For me, it seems like the Huskies are just kind of sluggish right now, you know. That might be a turning point right there, but they just can seem slow coming right out of the gate.
And I think a big part of that is the atmosphere. They've been lucky that Kiel game. There was so many people feeding energy into this building, and now they're going to get a full court press. They're going to have to pick up the energy quick in order to break it and get back in their scoring ways here. Haven't scored in a few minutes now. Adam Schultz gets his first touch up ahead to Sam Casper. Sam Casper going to hold it. Back to Henry Schnell. They're going to restart the offense.
Way to break the press right there for the Huskies. Ready to get it right in the middle like Mr. Hirth wants it, right to Big Sam.
Adam Schultz tries to put up a teardrop. He gets his own rebound. Came off long. Now Henry Schnell going to try to force it down to Cameron Olson. Stolen away by Bonin. And he's going to slow up at half court. So driving in there is Hunter Chalupni. Not liking the Morgan Wallen cut, but he gets that one to go with a double hand on the left side. So it's 5-10 now. A little bit of an errant pass for Rarig. Adam Schultz now.
They're just going right at Big Sam today by tiring him out, kind of limiting the boards.
But that foul is going to be on Chalupni. Fourth team foul for Roncalli here in the early going. We're under 10 minutes now here in the first half. Not a lot has happened. Slow possessions for Roncalli as wind down the clock. And another foul there on Casper's man. 2 back-to-back for Chalupni right away.
If you look, that is already 5 for Roncalli. They are almost in the bonus early.
Couple falls away from that point. Huskies would do well to get to that point. Do whatever they can get. They're going to need all the advantages here as Henry Schnell passes it back far in the hands of Rarig. Now Olson. Casper's got it. He pump fakes and goes up against Pouts and puts it off the glass. So it's a 3-point game now. Halfway through the first half. Stangel's going to pull, and he connects from the 3-point arc. Press again, Luke Pouts up top there, long arms, gets it into Casper, quickly to Adam Schultz, and Adam Schultz is going to slow it up. They're going to restart. He gets stuck in a pickle. Now Rarig luckily finds Olson there at the free throw line. Patented pump fake, goes up, blocked by Pouts in the hands of Chalupni. Roncalli possession. Chalupni makes an Aaron Rodgers pass down to Bonin, and he goes up against Casper. Casper gets a hand on it, but they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, I think he got him with the body there for a little bit. And there was a T administered. I think it was on Sam. Yep, it was on Sam. So that is actually, I think it goes as a personal foul.
I did not see what happened there.
Yep, as soon as the ref was coming out, he turned around and gave Sam a T.
Did you have any idea what it was for? I did not.
I assume Sam said something. It didn't look like Sam made any gesture or anything.
Bonin misses the second one there. How many technical fouls or shots is he getting here?
Since it was a foul with the shot, he just
okay.
gets his 2 free throws without anybody in there.
It's nice to have a ref next to my side
Yeah.
for the stuff that I don't know at all.
So we should see after this Cooper Olson come in for the Huskies. And now Philip Casper. So Sam, I bet you, is just probably going to get a little talking to. Clear his head.
Bonin misses another one there, so only goes 1 for 3 at the line. That's best case scenario for the Huskies coming out of that.
Yeah, only 2 out of 4 free throws, that works.
Roncalli has stretched this to an 8-point lead now. First matchup on the year. In the first half of the season, Huskies did not play well in the second half, but in the first half of that game on December 8th, as Fiecko goes up, Pouts gets another offensive rebound, goes up, can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for 2. In their first matchup on December 8th, it was actually a 1-point game at halftime. It was 21-20. You can check that.
Oh, well, I think I was there.
In favor of Roncalli, but then Roncalli ended up scoring 43 in the second half, and Huskies had no answer for it whatsoever. But the way they've been playing lately, much better chance of having a good long game here. They just got to go on a run.
Yeah, the second half of that game was Bonin's game. He just drilled. I think he had probably 3 or 4 threes at least. Just that pin and skip is what killed him.
And those are the first points for Luke Pouts, 2 free throws in this one. Now 10-point game. Trevor Ray going to be fouled up top. That's the 16th foul now. Huskies, after that, what went on there, that little fiasco, they now have 5 team fouls.
We're going to time out by Mr. Hirth.
First time out in the early going. That's pretty impressive, I would say.
Yep. Well, more than halfway through.
Especially in the COVID season, we haven't seen that much. I guess it's time to give our shout-outs of the night. I was told again I got to shout out the Olsons.
Yep.
I heard Owen was listening last game. Shout out to you, Owen, Haley, and, of course, Grandma. Olivia, maybe you're watching, not sure. Probably busy with volleyball, but then I was also told Emily Casper. Trying to think of everyone on the top of my head. Possibly Colin Schultz.
I know my grandparents watch every game. They actually just got a new TV, so they're probably watching it on that.
We got to find someone in Europe. We got to go international with this. Because we got a few states out there. I think North Carolina, Minnesota, Ohio maybe, and then Missouri possibly. We're out there.
We are U.S.-wide.
Cooper Olson going to inbound it to Trevor Rarig. Sad got it at half court. Now Cooper Olson tries to get into Philip Casper, tipped by Luke Pouts. Fiacco up ahead to Pouts. The numbers don't go his way, but he spins around it and puts it up off the glass. Luke Pouts scores back-to-back possessions for Roncalli. Adam Schultz breaks the press with the dribble, and he's going to be fouled by Stangl.
And there they're in bonus for the rest of this 8 and 5 seconds. And we will see number 3, Jaden Braun, check back into the game.
He's had a break since his early turnover in the early going of this one. Now Adam Schultz got to connect from the free throw line here. 12-point deficit for the Huskies. Gets the first one to go.
We're already ready to check this one. He's going to make it. Hopefully no announcers jinx.
No, sir. We're lucky on this go. Adam Schultz goes 2 for 2 on that one.
That is the first time, actually, in 4 minutes that the Huskies have scored.
Then recently into the game for Roncalli, Derek Reimer has the ball in his hands now. Pouts has the top of the key, gets it down to Fiacco, guarded by Philip Casper, and big body against big body. Reimer, the smallest guy on the court, comes away with it, but now it's in the hands of Cooper Olson. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Reimer. Cooper Olson will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
And actually, Trevor just got checked out, and now he's going back in. No breaks. And here comes number 30, Cameron Olson.
So back-to-back trips to the free throw line for the Huskies. And he puts the first one down. Cuts that deficit under 10.
Pouch has not come out of the game at all yet.
He did take a break in the early stages.
I would expect him to play almost the whole game.
A seasoned veteran like him. He's only a junior as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in the top of the running for Conference Player of the Year. And some of the fans not having it so far tonight with the refs, with some of the calls and some of the non-calls, like that 5-second right there.
And that 5-second, usually it's about 5.5, more than likely. You don't 100% start it right away, and
if
you don't 100%
he's making a movement
call
at
it
around
right
5 seconds, you let him finish that. But Huskies on a 4-0 run here, got to take advantage of it. Trevor Egg pulls from deep, and that connects.
Trevor's been shooting a lot better from downtown these last 2 games.
He had a couple big threes against Kiel on Thursday and cuts it down to a 5-point lead now. Pouts working down, and he gets his own rebound against 3 Husky defenders. Philip Casper gets his hand in that one. Pouts doesn't oversize everyone, but he just gets inside the play and goes up with those soft hands. So the Huskies on a 7-0 run after the 3 from Rarig. They've got the ball again. 6:41 to go here in the first half. Sam Casper checks back in as well as Braden Yonda for Roncalli. Cooper Olson on the inbounds. Back to Jaden Braun. Haven't seen Sam Cady yet. He's sitting on the back of the bench, nursing that ankle. Trevor Ray gonna drive in against Fiecco, against the big body, bounces off of it and can't get it to go. Now up ahead, with Zach up to Luke Pouts. Little strong off the glass. Casper there for the rebound. Huskies doing well on the defensive end.
That's actually Sam's first rebound.
Another foul there as Cameron Olson receives the pass. He's gonna go to the line. One foul away from the double bonus. He'll be in the single bonus for this one. So a good run here for the Huskies. They could cut it down to 3 if Olson can convert on both of these. Into the game for Roncalli, number 3, Ryan Fisher. That one's in and out in the hands of Witzak. Pout's gonna bring it up for Roncalli. Crosses over against Cameron Olson and finds Yonda left wing. Now Fiecco above the 3-point arc. Back to Witzak. Pump fake against Cooper. Now first hand touch for Fisher. Seeing the methodicalness again here for Roncalli. Just switching the floor back and forth.
You just see big Sam Casper not even looking at his man, just kind of looking around, seeing where he can help on those cuts.
Fisher takes a deep 3. That one's off the mark. Olson was pushed by Luke Pouts down low. He had him off his feet. The numbers were on Roncalli there, and they put it back in a second chance opportunity. Trap there on Jaden Braun. Cameron Olson pump fake on the left wing. Lost the ball. And now Rarig tries to find it into Cooper, but Cooper moved at the last second. Little miscommunication there. Turnover on the Huskies.
That is the Huskies' 7th turnover, I think. Yep, 7 turnovers for Huskies already.
Yonda gonna restart it here. Cooper Olson gets his hand in the play. Back in the hands of Yonda right away. Now Pouts has it left wing. Up ahead to Witzak. Yep, Casper's just waiting for anyone to come over on a curl when he's guarding Fiecco up top. And they try to get it down to Fiecco, goes over the outstretched hands of Casper, just fits it in there to Fiecco, and back-to-back buckets for Fiecco.
Very good pass right there, just to drop it down.
So Rarig working against the double team there. Roncalli have the lead back to 9 with 4.5 to go. Cameron Olson guarded by Luke Pouts. A chant from the Roncalli bench as Rarig pulls up from the free throw line. He goes down to the floor, but he gets the bucket to go.
Love to see it. Trevor's been shooting a lot better and seems to have more confidence shooting that ball in the situations when he needs to.
Now Rarig just 27% from the field and 17 from behind the arc, but he's hit some big shots and he's already got a 3 and that elbow jumper there. So Fiecco has all day to hand it off to Fisher. And now Olson gets his hand on it as reads that pass coming to Pouts. And Adam Schultz gonna come back in. This time looking at Cooper Olson.
Yep, and Trevor's telling the ref exactly what I saw. Is when they're setting, Roncalli setting their screens, using their elbows kind of shove up. That is immediate.
That program has always been very physical. They definitely like to wear you down, that's
Yes,
for
sir.
sure. Joe Garceau does a good job over there sometimes. It's questionable from our end, but can't question it when they're making state runs every year. And I believe they would have made another one last year had it not been for the COVID ending season.
Yep, they were up there. I think they were headed to the sectional finals.
Them and Sheboygan Falls for the boys.
Yep.
Both of their seasons ended with wins. So other action going on around the EWC tonight, some big games. Two Rivers and Sheboygan Falls. The Raiders of Kiel and the Chilton Tigers, and as well as the Brilliant Lions and the Valders Vikings. So it's full slate tonight in the EWC. And this weekend's going to be a big one for the Huskies. The Saturday is when they find out their seeding coming into the playoffs. I was talking to Jason Hirth about that earlier, and as well as Peter Hoffmeister over the weekend. 8 teams, I believe, are in there regional or whatever. And I think best to worst case scenario, I think somewhere between a 4 to 6 seed, I think is what they were thinking.
Yeah, somewhere around there. The girls actually on a five little regional, so theirs is a little bit smaller. But they will play Sheboygan Lutheran. They will host a playoff game.
Is that going to be next week, Thursday or
That
something?
should be
like Tuesday? Early
Yep.
on next week, I would assume. Jaden Braun fakes a pass. Now he goes on his dribble, finds Casper down low. He's been quiet. And he goes up a little bit off balance. And it looked like Adam Schultz was fouled away from the ball by Ryan Fisher, and he may go to the line for the double bonus. And he will.
That's one thing that's keeping the Huskies in this game is they're going right at them and they're getting those fouls, and especially now. I mean, still 3:25 left, and they're in double bonus.
That one's in and out. Back-to-back trips for the Huskies have been in and out from the free throw line. Adam Schultz got to get this one to go. 80% free throw shooter. He does it well, and he gets the second one to go. 6-point lead for Roncalli, 23-17, 3.5 to go.
Do we still have a cameraman, or are we using the new huddle camera?
Nope, we do not have it yet. I talked to Mr. Hirth about it last night. Possibility, as Sam Casper intercepts the pass down to Fiecco, possibility that we may be using the huddle cam Thursday, Friday. Mr. Hirth just has to configure the video, but it is installed.
Perfect. We actually saw Tommy doing that this weekend, so.
Sam Casper goes up against Fiecco, works a right hand off the glass. Now it's down to a 4-point lead, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that huddle cam, so I don't have to drag my dad here every night.
I agree. We love your dad, though. He's a great cameraman.
He's a G.
He is
does
a
it
G.
well. He just loves to watch some basketball. Like
Who
we all.
doesn't? Who doesn't?
Exactly. Here you go, Roncalli doing their thing. Adam Schultz coming hard off his screen there in the hands of Fisher. Back to Fiecco. It looks like Fiecco is like the quarterback of this play for Roncalli because he's not guarded. But Pouts has been held in check for the most part in the early stages here. He's only got 4 as Fisher pulls from deep, and Sam Casper gets way up there for that rebound. Jaden Braun going to be closely guarded by Yonda. He's not going to fall into the turnover trap this time. Cameron Olson left wing. They've been working it down the Casper last few possessions. Now swing pass over to Rarig. They have Cameron Olson short corner right where he likes it. Nice little dump into Sam Casper. Ball on the floor. Ryan Fisher there to clean it up. Roncalli pushing ahead now after the turnover by the Huskies. Adam Schultz picks that one off. He's got a coast-to-coast run, and he goes up on the double clutch, and he gets it to go off the glass. It's a 2-point game here in the doghouse, under 2 minutes. Huskies pulling it close here. Very close to a pick there by Cameron Olson. He read it, but Pouts works his hands well. Pouts will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Never mind, that's just the 6th. Read the board wrong.
Yep, it happens.
At least once a game I read the board wrong. But just the 16 foul with 1.5 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if Roncalli used a lot of the time here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they either get a nice looking layup or never mind, 3.
But Witzak is going to pull from the left wing. Huskies fight for the rebound. Jaden Braun, now he's going to push ahead. Guarded by Yonda. He's going to pull up.
And actually,
pass,
what I saw there
Olson
by Cameron is Cameron's not even turning around to box out Pouts. He's just putting his hands on him and front boxing him.
Nice little dump pass by Olson down to Casper, though. He goes up and under, and it's a tie game here with 1 minute to go. Olson going to guard Pouts way up top. And Pouts is going to drive. Braun there for the help. Braden Yonda pump fakes. Now it's Witzak top of the key. Guarded by Henry Schnell. Haven't called his name in a while. Now 45 seconds. Bonin takes a deep 3. Rarig might have got a hand in that, but that goes in for Bonin.
That was well covered. Good shot by Bonin there.
That's Bonin's first opportunity there from the 3-point line. It's a 3-point game with 30 seconds. It gets tipped by Stengel. Bonin going up again. That one's off the mark. Tipped out by Yonda in the hands of Rarig. Now it's on the floor. Rarig in the corner. He's trapped. He's going to dribble himself out of it with a spin move. Now he's pushing up 16 seconds. Now it's stolen away by Stengel again. And Pultz is with a little Euro step. He's going to go to the line for a three-point opportunity, followed by Jaden Braun. What a sequence there. A couple turnovers there by the Huskies, have them down by 5. Opportunity by Pultz to put them up by 6.
Yeah, that was very hard to put stats on there. Kind of all over the place.
That was a fast-moving play if I've ever seen one. Just a couple forced passes there by the Huskies. It's the same thing we saw at the end of the Kiel game. That cost them that one as Pultz puts that in. He's got 7. Trevor Egg working it up. 6 seconds. Got to find a shot. Dumps it down to Cameron Olson. Big pump fake. And one opportunity for Cameron Olson on the other end.
Huge. That's huge.
That's a big play going into half. Good look there from Trevor Egg and Jaden Braun.
Cam's got to cut it within 3 here.
Cameron Olson. Is there anyone who pump fakes more? Probably in the entire world than that
Probably
man.
the best pump fake. He really gets it. He's been getting them this year.
With 2 seconds left, Cameron Olson puts that one in. Pultz is going to have to put one up quick. And that one will be well short, so it's 26-29 here at halftime. Huskies in another close one. We look forward to the second half. We will be back after this halftime.
Not used to it.
It's easy enough because I started doing it, so I just know what number. Oh, okay. I do it. That's why I like it. Number. But I do have. Yeah. The nice thing is, I'll keep it tracks like that crazy play. Like, okay. Cooper had turnover. Just watch it until I get stopped. See if the Badgers can pull it out tonight. Oh, my grandparents heard it.
Welcome back here for second half action here in the doghouse. Quick little update. The only scores in that I see on score stream is Brilliant losing at half to Valders 16-20. Maybe a bit of an upset coming there. A couple shout outs out of the gate. We of course got to shout out our man
Brent Backus. What a guy.
We
love
appreciate
Brent.
all the tweets, all the love. We love you listening. Thank you very much. You're probably our biggest fan, honestly.
Oh yeah,
I'll
for
consider
sure.
that. And then also Nick Reedy, thanks for tuning in, my boy. And
Our
then
boy
also
Rick.
my roommate.
Our best
Carter.
kicker. Our best kicker.
Best kicker,
Yeah,
yeah.
best kicker,
in Holstein
Rick.
history.
What
Yeah,
a
my
guy.
roommate Carter, thanks for tuning in. We're tuned
Come on,
in
1-5.
here for
Come
a
on, Henry.
good second half now. 26-29 is your score.
Keep shooting out there, 1-5. Come on.
Scoring's evened out for Roncalli in the first half. Pultz with 7, Bonin with 7. Their two leading scores. Stangl with a 3, Witzak with a 3. Chalupni had a 2 in the middle of that, and Fiecco had a few buckets. He's got 6, and then Roncalli outboarding New Holstein in a close one, 14-13 right now.
Huskies had 10 turnovers in the first half. They got to cut that down if they want to win.
So second half underway now. Huskies tuned in for another good one here. We're looking to get some excitement into Casper right away. Finds Cameron Olson. He's triple teamed. Big hands of Fiecco gets in there. Now Luke Pultz looking to push it up the court. He's going to slow it up. Restart here for Roncalli out of the half. Tough possession there out of the gate for the Huskies. Got to do better. Got to minimize those turnovers, especially down the stretch here in this game if they want to be in this one at the final minutes. Casper intercepts another pass. Did that late in the first half as they try to force it into Fiecco. Huskies with the ball. Henry Schnell working it up slowly against Yanda. Now he's across half court.
And I think if they're going to try and force that, it's going to be a tough day. Sam's very agile, can get through there.
Hand off to Jane Braun, but there's a switch. Another deflected pass, 2 turnovers in the early going here. Yanda looking to drive the floor, and he does. Goes all the way around the rim and in.
I just want to say Sam Katie went into the locker room on crutches, and Sam Katie is now in street clothes, so he is done for the night.
That's tough because he's been averaging in the second half of the season close to 8 boards a game. Henry Schnell from the 3, he's good. Good start there for Henry Schnell coming out of the gate just like he did in the first half.
No announcer's drinks right there. I just said keep shooting, shoot, baby. All
Got it.
day.
It's a 2-point game here. A minute in, Yanda. That one's off the mark, left wing. Rebound, Casper. So now Braun working against Bonin, tries to get it to Schnell, off the hands of Yanda. Huskies ball. Huskies not doing much in the inbounds. Finds it into Rarig though. Guarded by Witzak. A couple baseball passes here in the early going for the Huskies.
Yeah, it seems like Roncalli's really pressuring them. They're kind of struggling just a little bit, but they're getting there.
And a couple of them been deflected. They got to minimize it though. Now Cameron Olson, top of the key, looking to drive in against Fiecco. Now he's double teamed, kicks it out to Trevor Rarig. He's going to drive in. One hand off the glass. Casper couldn't get it. Up ahead from Pultz to Bonin. Little cherry picking there. Bonin was in a good position. Pultz finds him right off the board. Quick hitter there for Roncalli. Now some high pressure here for Roncalli. Huskies got to get the energy back in this building. Henry Schnell hit a big 3. They're going to need some more. Sam Casper at the free throw line. Henry Schnell.
Good closeout.
Henry Schnell looking to drive against Yanda. Now he's in a pickle. Rarig comes to it. Now he's going to spin against Witzak. Dumps it down to Braun. And
Nice
another
pass.
nice dump to Sam Casper. Good ball movement there in the triangle.
And Sam just hit double digits right there, so we're working.
And he's coming off back-to-back career-high games. 21 last game and 20 the game before. Bonin straight on 3. That's off the mark. Long rebound there for Fiecco on the left side. Now Roncalli going to start it over with Yanda. Left wing, Fiecco. He's the quarterback up top. Now Bonin's going to come off the Fiecco screen. Good help there from Casper. Luke Pultz is going to take a 3 from the right side. Casper there for the rebound. He's got a few here in this early in the second half.
Sam's got 5 boards right now. He's got 3 in the second half already.
He was held in check big time on the boards and scoring in their first meeting. He's got to be a big part of this second half. In the second half of the season, Huskies have done a great job working through him as Cameron Olson ties the game up from the free throw line. Just where he likes it at the elbow. 33-33, 4 minutes into the second half. Good run here by the Huskies out of halftime. Keep it going. Maybe they could get an extended lead. Didn't have it much against Kiel. They're going to need one at some point in this. And this game could go a long way in the seeding too. I don't know how big of a difference if they could possibly slip into a 3 spot. Probably not, but it could solidify a 4 spot if they were able to pick this one off.
Probably not a top 3, but for sure at least this could help big time beating Roncalli.
Talking to Hirth early on today, he was saying top 3, Oostburg, Kiel, and then I believe Cedar Grove. All better records than New Holstein, and a win here would not put them in the top 3, but certainly into the conversation.
And Oostburg's having a little down year. I know they lost a lot with their seniors. I actually got to play against those guys, and they are very good.
So Roncalli, another methodical possession here. Student section starting to get into it. Down to Fiecco. Braun got his hands on it, but a little shooter's touch underneath has Roncalli leading by 2 once again. Now Rarig. Off the hands, Peltz got his hands on it here, and he's gonna push it ahead up to Witzak. Rarig off the floor, put his hands on it, and they're gonna call a foul on Trevor Rarig. Looked like a clean strip.
Yeah, it did to me, but it depends on position.
But Witzak's gonna go to the line. 67% free throw shooter.
This is a lot that Roncalli's coach usually does, is he pulls everybody off the line just to talk to them.
That forces a miss by Witzak in the first one, and Hunter Chalupni is gonna come in for Roncalli. First team foul there in the half for either team. 5 minutes into it. And both are off the mark for Witzak. Huskies get away with no damage done on that possession. High ball screen there, gets Henry Schnell out of any trap opportunity. Now Braun right side. Peltz now guarding Casper. Rarig pulls up inside the 3-point line, ties it up again.
Trevor's found his shot just at the right time. That is great for the Huskies.
He's got a hot hand today. What has he got, 9?
Yes, he does have 9.
Chalupni on the pump fake against Casper. Casper with the block there.
Actually, no, Trevor has 7. He has a 3 and 4 points.
Playing well either way. Huskies ball have a chance to take the lead with 12 minutes to go here in the second half. It'd be their first lead of the game. Jaden Braun had an opportunity for a 3 if he came off hard, but it's going to be Henry Schnell. Foul. Jaden Braun. He's wincing in pain. Angie Schaefer is going to have to come take a look at him. Getting up gingerly now. He may have to sit. They're going to bring in Adam Schultz. And into the game for Roncalli, Reese Stangl. So a tie game here in the doghouse, exactly what they needed. It's a better second half than their first meeting. I expect it to be close all the way here. Huskies got to play good down the stretch. In their close games, they've let it go in the final minutes. Can they take advantage of one opportunity against the powerhouse of Roncalli as Peltz short off the glass in the hands of Cameron Olson. Now Trevor Ray guarded by Stangl. The high pressure continues by Roncalli. He splits his defenders, tries to dump it down to Casper in the hands of Chalupni. Now Bonin, he's gonna drive against 2 defenders. He goes up, that's short again. Casper fights for the rebound. They're gonna call a foul on him as it comes down. Stangl had better position.
Maybe I down more.
Trying, but it's whatever. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, yep, now it's doing its thing. A little wetness on the floor there. They get it taken care of. Camera's in a fine spot. All
Yeah,
right.
it keeps leaning up.
Reese Stengel tried to get it into Chalupni, but Chalupni goes spin move right out of the gate. Miscommunication there. And Stengel's got a 3 from the right side. That's long. Casper there for the big rebound. Fights against Chalupni on that one. Still a tie ball game here at 35. Henry Schnell above the right wing. Corner Cameron Olson. It's going to be a foul by Chalupni. I believe it's going to be his
Yeah,
third.
that's what I was just going to say it's about his third.
That's their first team foul here in the second half. After coming out with some quick falls in the first half, Huskies got to the line quick. Doesn't look like the script is going to be the same here in the second half. Philip Casper going to come in for his brother Sam. Sam doing a great job here in the second half on the boards. Trevor going to pull quick from the right side. That one's a little long. Luke Pouts there with the big hands. He was looking down court for a Hail Mary, but he didn't find it. He's going to bring it up. Now Chalupni's going to pull from 3. That one's a little long. But another second chance opportunity for Roncalli. Yanda drives it all the way around the key. Back in the hands of Chalupni. Now back to Yanda. So it's Bonin top of the key now. Trevor Egg sticks it. Now Pouts left side. Cooper Olson's giving him the left lane. Chalupni's going to pull again, and he makes this one go. Chalupni, a 40% three-point shooter on the season, hasn't taken many, but the opportunities he's had have gone in. So it's back to a 3-point lead for Roncalli. Henry Schnell looking to drive, runs into a trap. Now Cooper Olson finds Trevor Rehrig, kicks it out to Adam Schultz. That one's short. It's tipping around, back in the hands of Schultz. He comes away with it. He's going to drive, rises up against Pouts. It's a little long. Tips around again. Cooper Olson finds it high off the glass. That one's off too. Now in the hands of Pouts, and he's going to be fouled. A few opportunities, and the Huskies just could not get it to go. Bad touches overall. You would have thought that one of those around the rim could have gone.
Yeah, Cooper's looked like a nice look. Just kind of bounced right off. That's all right.
That'll happen throughout the game.
And number 3, Jaden Braun, checking back in for Adam. Oh, never mind, for Trevor. Oh, did you choke on the points?
Obviously.
No, that's all right. It's more of a second half thing for you. It's okay. You're all right.
We're doing better in the first half, though.
Yeah.
At least I'm paying attention.
Hey, it's only up from here, right?
Exactly. Yanda going to work it across half court here for Roncalli. 3-point lead for the Jets. Bonin looking to drive. Now he's stuck in the corner. Kicks it out to Stengel. Now Chalupni. He may get to pull again. He doesn't. Guarded by Philip Casper. Now back to Bonin. A little pin down there. Finds Pouts, but it's a foul somewhere.
On Cooper.
That's his second. Already team 5th now with 9 minutes to go. Huskies could be putting Roncalli to the free throw line quickly. Got to be careful. Bonin coming off a couple screens. That's a 3 there from the left side. So Bonin's got a couple triples in this game. Braun behind the back, guarded by Bonin. Cooper Olson. Could see a couple shots from him down the stretch. He was cold against Kiel. A game that they need. Henry Schnell, top of the key. That one off the left. Chalupni there to collect the rebound. Pouts gonna walk it up. 6-point lead. Yanda off the mark. Air ball in the hands of Bonin. Now back to Yanda. Nice little dump pass. And a small run there for Roncalli. Puts them up by 8 with 8.5 to go here. Jason Hurth wants to talk about it.
Yeah, just a little run. Like Mr. Hurth was always telling us last year, ride the wave. So you just gotta, they'll go on their run, we'll go on ours.
That was his main thing. Basketball is a game of runs.
Yep.
And we were preaching that in the Kiel game. We were like, if Kiel goes on a run, you just cannot get flabbergasted, flustered, whatever, because they're going to do that. And
Yep.
Roncalli's going to do the same thing. And the Huskies proved it against Kiel that they can make a run of their own, and they've already done it a couple times so far tonight.
Yep, and they did it. Just Kiel went on that little run right at the end. That's the Huskies didn't just have enough time to come right back.
No updates so far from around the conference. I'm looking again. It's still 20-16 at halftime is the score. Brilliant Valders. Valders has the edge at half.
Robert's got to give us something. Come on, Robert.
I'm assuming he was the one that put that one in.
For what, Brilliant?
Yeah.
That could be.
Because there's nothing from Chilton Keel, nothing from Two Rivers Falls.
Well, let's check the old Twitter page. I think the old Craig Hoffman is at one of those games.
Likely that Keel-Chilton game. Not sure where it's at.
13-27, Kiel is up 51-35. Just posted 8 minutes ago by Mr. Hoffman.
These Husky boys are going to have Chilton here on Friday. That'll be our final broadcast of the year. Talk to the school. It just may not be worth it money-wise for us to continue in the playoffs. As Henry Schnell stepped back, that one's off the mark. And Pouts works against Casper. He's going to be called for a foul there. Yeah, so this will be our final week, the Husky Broadcast Network for basketball. I got to get back to college. I actually started this week, and I'm starting my college broadcast career tomorrow.
Good.
For the girls. I'll be doing color commentary there at the Colf Sports Center in Oshkosh. Then we got 2 more games here Thursday, Friday to end out the season at New Holstein. Couple tips. Huskies ball here.
Good call.
So 35-43, 8 minutes to go here in the second half. Cooper Olson finds Henry Schnell in the corner. Cooper Olson finds his brother at the free throw line. And the Huskies just not getting it to go around the rim right now.
Yeah, just a little cold.
Pultz walks it up slowly. Runs into a small trap. Now kicks it to his friend Bonin. Roncalli going to use that possession. Cooper Olson almost gets his hand on it there, closely guarding Yanda.
You notice Fico has been out for a while. I think that's just a matchup thing where 33 here can shoot, and Fico just kind of sits out there.
Roncalli resets top of the key with Pouts, finds Yanda in the corner. He's going to drive baseline, runs into the body of Casper. Ball goes on the floor. Stangel's going to take a 3, and Chalupni got way up for that rebound. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Casper, and it will be, going up against the body of Chalupni. That's his third and 16 for the Huskies. One more is going to send Roncalli to the line with 7 minutes to go. Stengel on the inbound, finds Chalupni in the corner, back out to Bonin. And he's going to restart it. Cameron Olson fights hard over the screen from Stengel, guarding Pouts, and it's going to be a foul on him coming off that screen.
And that should be bonus.
That will send Pouts to the line. Pouts, the strongest free throw shooter on the team at 75%. After that, best is 67, and then it just keeps falling from there. 67% for Witzak, so if it comes down to free throws, maybe a couple opportunities for Hirth coming down the stretch to find some good matchups in the free throw game. But Pouts gets the first one to go. 9-point advantage for Roncalli. And Pouts stretches it to 10. We're under 7 minutes now. Huskies got to go on a run. They got to find a spark. Could be in the hands of Henry Schnell. As Yanda, good to just keep that one in bounds, and he goes off the glass. 12-point lead now here in the doghouse. We need something from the student section, something from somewhere to put some energy in this building. Cameron Olson, pump fake. It's out. Hunter Chalupni pushing it up the floor now. Roncalli just tipping away all those boards as they're coming to the hands. Yanda straight on. That one's good. And it's now a 15-point advantage for Roncalli. Huskies have dug themselves a hole. They're going to have to climb out now as Hirth takes a 30-second timeout.
You can tell right there, Mr. Hirth did not want to take timeout, but you gotta do something. Kind of switch up anything right now.
You got to stop that
Roncalli
momentum.
down.
The whole left side of these bleachers were up after that 3. With 6.5 to go. Huskies have done it before. They did it against Kiel. They were down 16 with a little more than 10 minutes to go last Thursday. A little less time to work with now, going up against the mastermind of Joe Garceau. But the Huskies got to do something here. And the tough thing is you can't just plan on trying to make some threes with the high pressure they're getting from Roncalli. Casper's got to work. They got to get it into Casper like they did early on in the first half, work the in and out game. Then you can find some triples. You can't just work it around the perimeter. It's got to go through the middle.
Exactly. Even with Fico out too, there's not really much height except for Pouts that can match up with Sam out there.
Casper's the biggest guy on the floor, but like I said, Roncalli everybody's physical on that team. They're all fighting for boards, and they tip it out to keep it away from Casper. Pouts especially is.
They'll make your biggest man feel small.
Cooper Olson from the left side. He connects for the triple. That's a big shot to start a run here. Huskies need it.
That's Olson's hot spot. That's where you want to hit him.
And Cooper been known to mount a couple comebacks of his own. He's got to start this big one here. He's guarding Yonda down low. Chalupni going to kick it back to Stengel. Chalupni's going to pull. That was a nice looking shot there. Nice in rhythm shot. Back to a 15-point advantage. Huskies got to have another answer. 5.5 to go. This is around the time when the Huskies tied it against Kiel. It's going to come down to the wire if they plan on getting back into this one. Jaden Brong, nice little one-hander from the elbow. He gets that one to go. Good answer there from the junior. Roncalli, of course, is going to work slowly now. Huskies got to play perfect on the defensive end. Casper going to guard Chalupni closely. The long, outstretched arms of Casper. Cameron Olsen's going to follow Luke Pouts. He's going to go to the line. With the 1-and-1, Trevor Riggs going to come back in for Jaden Braun. One and one here for Pouts. Pouts goes long on it. No damage done there for the Huskies. They got to keep it going on the offensive side now, get good looks. They've been finding it down low, haven't gotten them all to go. They got to keep it going, though. Casper was in the short corner. Henry Schnell didn't want it, though. Cameron Olsen now on the free throw line, looking to find something. It's Trevor Rehrig trying to get it down to Casper, but Pouts is going to take it away, and he's going to drive all the way down. They're going to say it's on the floor. Rehrig's going to get the foul. Rehrig a few times in this game has tried to force it down low. He did it a few times in the first half. He does it there. He's got to be careful on those entry feeds. That one was on the floor. 9th team foul for the Huskies. Pouts is going to go to the line again. He just missed one on his first attempt. Huskies hoping for the same here, and that one's long in the hands of Rehrig. Couple prayers answered there for the Huskies. He's got his brother Cooper Olson in the corner. That one a little long. Pouts going to be there on the foul on Casper. Only the 3rd team foul. The 4th one on Pouts with 4.5 to go. Huskies got to fight against Pouts there. Possible player of the year if they could get him out. That could only do good for the Huskies, and he's going to take a break here. Huskies got to take advantage now with the best rebounder and point scorer in the conference. And they're going to go right to Casper. He's going to put up a left hand, and that's good to go. Straight on there. Casper with a nice touch. Ticking close to 4 minutes now. Casper up close guarding Chalupni. Witzak left wing. Bonin had Rehrig off his feet. Back to Witzak. Chalupni, he's pulled many times this game, but Casper out on him now. Roncalli playing the methodical game, under 4 minutes. Huskies can't allow much scoring, especially if Roncalli's going to use this clock. Casper, he's going to get his 4th. Trying to pick off Chalupni. So interesting here if Hurth is going to leave him in. That is the 10th team foul on the Huskies.
Yep, so Roncalli has 2 shots the rest of the way.
Looks like Hurth is going to roll with Sam Casper here in the late going. Chalupni, that's 3 straight misses for Roncalli at the line. Joe Garceau shaking his head from that. He's still comfortable with a 13-point lead, but 3 straight free throws isn't going to keep you in it, and that's 4 straight. Sam Casper there for the rebound. Trevor Riggs going to bring it up, closely guarded by Bonin. Riggs sprinting up the floor, finds Cooper Olson. This comes off a spin. Olson to his brother. Couple opportunities, couple tips, and they're both off. And a couple opportunities there. Cameron Olson just not the best touch tonight. And Joe Garceau wants a timeout. Huskies, this second half is
These
just...
bunnies, man, they're just killing them. They have a lot of points right there off those bunnies.
They've missed. They've had multiple times where they've had 2 or 3 possessions from offensive boards. Most of them in the early going of this half, but a couple here. And you can't have much more of that with 3.5 to go.
Well, we can check the Kiel score here.
So 42-55. By no means are the Huskies out of this. A few shots down the stretch. Their defense can keep them in this game, especially if Pouts stays out.
Yep, and I got no update on the Kiel score. It's still 51-35 with 13:27 left from Craig Hoffman.
I haven't seen anything from Two Rivers Falls game either. So the Huskies got to pull some energy out of this timeout. Student section got to get on their backs too. They're all sitting down.
Yeah, we got a decent amount tonight. A lot of seniors. They should get them hyped up here. They got 3:24 left. This is still a winnable game.
Chalupni is going to pull from the corner. That one's going to be long. Bonin fights for that rebound, and that one's long. But Yonda, another second chance opportunity. 3 possessions in this one for Roncalli.
Yeah, those offensive boards are going to come back to bite him, I think.
And that was the key to the game. Huskies have done a great job on the boards, but they got to keep big guys like Chalupni, Pouts, and even Bonin and Yonda off those boards. No second chance opportunities. They haven't done well of that throughout this game. So we're under 3 minutes now. At what point may Hurth get into the fall game, if at all, with a 13-point deficit? And Cooper Olson will follow Braden Yonda. Just a 57% free throw shooter. 2.5 to go. Roncalli has missed 4 in a row at the line. Hasn't boded well for them in the past few minutes. Luke Pouts still sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I think right now you're gonna chalk it up to hoping they're missing free throws, maybe take some fouls, and
Yonda's got a very awkward shot. I've been watching that throughout
yeah,
the night from
I
the
noticed
three-point
that
line.
too. It goes in, so don't matter.
He makes both here. 15-point game, 2.5 to go. Huskies got to put up some quick shots. Rarig rises up just beyond the free throw line in the hands of Reese Stangl. So we're ticking down here close to 2 minutes. And the Huskies may just let this one ride out as Bonin left side. That one's good. That may be the dagger of this game. It's an 18-point game with 2 minutes to go. Huskies just fighting for their lives in this one right now. And it's going to be a travel by Trevor Rarig. Too many turnovers by him today.
Yeah, it's his 5th.
Normally a sure-handed dribbler, sure-handed on the defensive end for sure. He's struggled on the offensive side today. Dribbling, I mean, not his shooting.
Yeah,
his shooting's been good.
I could see right now bringing in Jacob and Kent. I don't even know if Rigo's out there. I didn't see him.
So looking ahead, though, Thursday we got the girls here. Who do they play?
I don't know.
Two Rivers. They played Two
Two
Rivers.
Rivers?
That one's going to be
Oh,
a good
yeah, it should be, yep.
That
It
one's
should
going to
be
be
a
a
very
good
good
game. The first matchup was 25-47, a victory for Two Rivers. Talking to the girls, Two Rivers met the kryptonite of the Huskies, just guarding them on the three-point line. Grace Shizzle, Ava Heisey, girls like those just went cold.
Yep, and I talked to Corbin Thompson actually after that game, and he said they got to switch out of their zone earlier and go into man, try and press them up a little bit. He said they kind of stood in their zone a little too long, especially starting in the second half. So I'd see maybe that adjustment Thursday for the girls.
And I believe that will be their final game of the season, and I
Yep.
would think senior night then as well.
Yep.
Coming Thursday. And then we got a senior night Friday for the boys as well here against Chilton. Their last game before they have the seed matchup meeting on Saturday. Of course, with COVID this year, that's all on Zoom now.
Yeah.
So under 2 minutes, Sam Casper is going to come back in with 4 fouls. Yanda, after going 2 for 2 his last trip, misses the first here. Coming in for Adam Schultz. So looking ahead to those seed matchups, we're thinking best to worst, a 4 to 6 seed somewhere in there with the quality of the games. The wins against Brilliant and Valders, good quality wins there, could go a long way in putting them to that 4 to 6 spot. And in their regional is Kiel is the only EWC team. Everything else is Big East teams. After Cooper Olson picks away that pass, Roncalli gets it back. Bonen's gonna drive against Schnell, almost blocked by Casper, and that he's gonna go to the line for an and one opportunity. I think that foul is gonna be on Henry Schnell though.
Yeah, it should be. Yep,
And it is.
And here goes Kenton Jacob.
So this was a close game for the majority of the time. And we're gonna get a complete line change all around. Philip Casper, Kent Blotz, Jacob Kramer, and then in for Roncalli. Ryan Fisher, Andre Konopacki, Aaron Sturm, just looking up, Derek Reimer. Everyone but the shooter, Tyler Bonin, getting exited out. Yeah, just heard a fan behind us saying that Jacob Kramer's got to shoot.
We'd love
If
to see
there's
him
one
score.
good thing to come out of this game, it would be a Jacob Kramer 3.
It would be.
Or Kent Blotz 3, 2. So Kramer had an opportunity there, closely guarded by Fisher. He's going to come off a screen from Braun. Blotz has got a deep one if he wants it. Back to Henry Schnell. He's going to pull quickly. That one's off the mark. Air ball. Up ahead in the transition. Roncalli's done a great job this game. We're under a minute now. And it's gotten blown open. 22 points is the deficit. Huskies just getting work. Braun, top of the key, stolen away Tyler Bonin. He's gonna go coast to coast. Kramer tries to get into that play a little late to the party. 30 seconds. Huskies were in this game a long time, then a big run for Roncalli, and Huskies not finishing well against the rim as Casper can't get either of those shots to go, but he'll be fouled and go to the line for 2. That's been the story in the second half, just not finishing at the rim.
Yep,
And
there's
too many second chance opportunities.
Yeah, bunnies are
Roncalli.
gonna kill. Bunnies kill.
If we would have saw the touches that they had like they did against Kiel, may have been a completely different story. Huskies may even have a lead right now, but that's just not the case.
Nope, not at all, but that's all right.
Philip Casper gets that one to go. 18 seconds, Roncalli can just drive this one down.
Steal it, Jacob.
Braun's gonna come up closely, under 10 seconds, 5 to go. And Bonin's just gonna dribble it out to end this one. Tough one here for the Huskies. Looked like it was gonna be a good game after the first half, but it's a 68-46 finish in this one. We won't hold you for long. Look for broadcasts Thursday and Friday. One for the girls, one for the boys as we finish out this season. Thank you, Dane Jacobson, for being with me, of course. My father, Thomas Levinson, on the camera. Everyone, thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.